Tonight, I'm going to talk about a popular subject all over the world, America. America's been going through a tough time lately with, a mass shooting every couple of months, it seems. And so a lot of people are asking themselves questions. Questions like, why does this happen here and nowhere else? Not with nearly the frequency, just like the president said. Why is it we can't seem to stop it? And then that leads to questions like, well, why is America the only modern country without universal health care? Why is America the only place with such lax rules about guns? Why, basically, is the richest country in the world, why it doesn't live like the richest country in the world? And I have an answer to that question, although I'm sure it's not an answer a lot of people will like, but it really does explain a lot. They have all these problems because Americans are barbarians. I don't use that term lightly. What I specifically mean is that Americans, they don't really grasp what civilization is. They don't get the idea. And that means that their ability to comprehend anything complicated, like universal health care, is extremely limited. Other countries have the maturity and the development to say, okay, there'll be some sacrifices, but this is totally going to worth it. They have the ability to actually trust their government, at least some of the time, to grasp the fact that the government is us and we are the government. It's not some godlike patriarchy up on high, it's us. We vote for it, we work for it, it is made of us. And so forth and so on. So, America would have to evolve emotionally in order to stop being barbarians. Now, a lot of Americans at this time would be thinking, well, how can we be so bad? After all, we're the richest and the strongest. Well, that's exactly how a barbarian thinks, because they can't think of anything more sophisticated than that. We have power and we have money. Therefore, we must be the best. And just as an aside, any country, just like any person, who toots their own horn all the time is basically declaring to the world that they're extremely insecure. And, of course, America will say, well, we won this war, and we did this, and we invented that. Again, this is barbarian thinking. The only thing that really matters is how well your citizens live. And I mean all of them, not just the cool winner types that you probably quite erroneously identify yourself with. And you know what, America? You're doing a shit job. You are the equivalent of a rich guy who lives in a mansion, a really big mansion, but it's falling apart. It doesn't need it needs paint. There's rusted out cars in the yard. You live like a way poorer country than you are, and that should be rather extremely embarrassing to you. But it doesn't seem to be. You figure, well, we're the best, so it doesn't matter what other people think. Well, how do you know you're the best? If you find yourself grumbling when you find out that America is, say, 25th in the world in standard of living, has some of the worst health outcomes of any place that has indoor plumbing, things like that, you don't blame us and the rest of the world. I'm Canadian, in case any of you don't know. Look to yourselves. Don't be the redneck who goes, I like the rusted cars on my lawn, even though you got $1 million in the fucking bank. I mean, seriously, what would you think of someone who you knew was rich but lived like they were poor? You'd think they're a fucking idiot, right? At best. At worst, they're maliciously and deliberately ignorant. And let me tell you, that suit fits. All right, America? So you will not solve these problems of yours, crime, poverty, lack of access to health care, and things like that, until you grow up, until you take responsibility for what happens in your country, instead of saying, oh, it's the government, or the Democrats, or the Republicans. It's you. It's all of you. You have to grow the fuck up. And only then will you stop being the barbarians who seem perfectly willing to burn the most valuable tapestries in the world just so you can have a barbecue. That's my little rant for this evening. So that's all for me for tonight. I will talk to you nice people again tomorrow. And remember, America, I love you, and we are your friend. I'm only saying this because I hope it will help. Bye-bye.